China is crumbling.
China's once mighty economy appears to be hitting a rough patch now, with concerns rising about its future trajectory.
A massive protest over frozen bank deposits turned violent in China.
The next in line could be Chinese banks, because China's banking sector remains vulnerable.
And analysts caution on margins, that margins will be hard for the Chinese banks to keep up this year.
When China removed lockdowns and COVID precautions, the Chinese economy was projected to regain its growth. However, the exact opposites are happening. Investment in China has been the slowest in 2023, exports are shrinking, very few housing projects are being started, prices are falling, and almost 1 in 5 people is unemployed in China. However, this was not always the case. A few years ago, it was not difficult to imagine China rapidly overtaking the US as the world's largest economy. But people, what has changed in the recent years that a country which was near to becoming the biggest economy is now facing serious economic crisis, and that too not only one economic crisis but 3 major economic crises: the real estate crisis, the banking crisis, and recently the credit crisis. Well, hi everybody, my name is Aayush and you are watching the Inside Story. People, China's role in the world economy is changing. In the past, China's massive economic plans helped the entire world recover from the 2008 financial crisis. Back in 2008, the world was hit by a serious financial crisis.
I think this is the most significant financial crisis in the post-war period.
There are fears the sell-off will continue on Wall Street.
Soaring gas prices, falling home prices, and rising unemployment.
What kind of recipe is that? Overall, that's a recipe for a recession.
It all started with United States, where the housing market was booming. People were buying houses all over the place, and the banks were also easily handing out the loans. But there was a problem. The loans were totally risky and given to people who could not really afford them. And suddenly, when people were not able to pay their mortgage, banks started to lose their money. And it was not just some little amount of money. We are talking about trillions of dollars. People, banks all over the world are interconnected with each other. So when the US banks started suffering, it affected the banks all over the world.
We're down by between 3 and 4.5% generally across these markets. Let's talk about the speed with which we are watching this market deteriorate. We're red everywhere, essentially, down by 4-5%.
We're down over 16%. Dow at the same time has fallen about 18%.
During that same crisis where all the world was suffering, China had a superpowered plan to boost its economy. Chinese government increased its spending on infrastructure projects, cut taxes of people, and even provided incentives to boost consumption. As a result, China experienced a rapid economic growth during the same crisis, and that had a domino effect all over the world. When China's economy started growing, it created a demand for goods and services from other countries. So countries that were struggling during the crisis got a little lift from Chinese economic strength. But talking about right now, things are totally different. China's financial struggles are catching everyone's attention, and one crucial element here is the Chinese local government. In the past, when the economy gets into trouble and needs a boost, local governments in China were the preferred choice for implementing the economic stimulus measures. The government would often use local government investments and projects to inject money into the economy and stimulate growth. These LGFV, also known as local government financing vehicles, take on debt to fund various infrastructure projects, development initiatives, and other economic activities. These spending would create jobs, increase demands for goods and services, and generally stimulate economic activity in the region. But right now, these local government financing vehicles are sitting on a massive pile of interest-paying debt. They have a total debt of over $8 trillion. And because the local government have borrowed so much and are facing financial struggles, the Chinese government hands are totally tied. They can't use their past strategy to support the country's economy. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. My name is Aayush and you were watching the Inside Story.